We start off with that. What we just mentioned is the aftermath of the AUC elections, where Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi says Kenya's diplomatic standing remains solid despite the AUC loss. Mudavadi says Kenya remains undistracted by speculation that the Anglophone and Francophone fault lines could have handed Kenya the defeat. Despite widespread lobbying by the government, Kenya's candidate Raila lost to Djibouti's Mohamed Ali Yusuf in a closely contested Saturday vote in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia.
Reacting from the loss that saw former Prime Minister Raila Odinga lose to Djibouti's Mohamed Yusuf for the African Union Commission chair, the Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi says Kenya remains unbowed.
We don't want to procrastinate. We are not bitter. We are a Kenyan nation, a member of the AU, participating in the process. And Honorable Raila put up a very good fight in this contest. He didn't win, but he has been very democratic and come forward himself to say, let us move on. This chapter is now closed.
He dismissed speculation that the Francophone and Anglophone politics were at play in Saturday's election.
We are not in the business of dividing Africa on the basis of Anglophone and Francophone, or the other one, Russophone, which is the Portuguese direction. We are in the business of talking Africaphone.
Mudavadi further dismissed that Kenya's position on the DRC crisis may have influenced the outcome.
If you go back into the annals of history, you'll find President Jomo Kenyatta talking about it. The same issue. Jomo Kenyatta talking about the same DRC challenge. Nyerere spoke about it. Mbeki spoke about it. Surely, do you think that the DRC challenge has come to the table because of Raila's candidacy? Or because President Ruto is a president today? In fact, you missed an issue. President Kagame said that this issue is even older than himself.
Meanwhile, the Kenyan delegation accompanying the former premier says Odinga's loss is a dent on Africa's reform bid. They, however, say this loss could see him return to the country to shepherd national conversations.
Of the three candidates on the ballot, Kenya's Raila Amolo Odinga emerged as the front-runner in the first 2 rounds of voting. However, after 6 rounds, and in a spirit of Pan-African unity, he chose to step down, recognizing that after 7 rounds without an outright winner, one securing at least 2/3 of the votes, the election was likely to be deferred, possibly to the next summit.
We were very hopeful for a win because we knew the kind of candidate that we had presented to Africa. We knew that Africa will have benefited immensely from Prime Minister Raila's experience, wisdom, and so many things that he's resolute about in his public life.
We are still very proud of Baba, and we know that Baba still has a lot to offer in Africa and beyond. And so we just say congratulations, Baba.
There have been a lot of factors, but it has nothing to do with the competence of our candidate. His credentials are there for everyone to see, but the delegates, they chose a different candidate.
And on the final day of the 38th ordinary session of the African Union, President William Ruto chaired the Committee of the African Heads of State and Government on Climate Change.
I take this opportunity to heartily congratulate Musa Ali for his election as the new chairperson of the African Union Commission.
President Ruto expressed fear that the withdrawal of the United States government from the Paris Agreement would be a setback to climate cooperation and financing.
Despite these changes and challenges, Africa must remain proactive, defend multilateralism, and demand the fulfillment of international obligations. The submission of new nationally determined contributions.
John Jacob Kuria, Addis Ababa, Ethiopia.